turning a light on, playing electric guitar, checking the scoreboard at the baseball game. What do all of these have in common? Electricity. Our world runs on electricity and information technology. Although it may seem like these things happen automatically, it takes the skilled hands of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 1 to connect St. Louis. Local 1 means just what the name implies, the very first electrical workers union in the country, started right here in St. Louis in 1891. Today, there are 881 offices across the country, but it all began right in our backyard. Hello, I'm Angie Weidinger. Welcome to IBEW Local 1. We light this city. Join me as we take a look at the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 1, from yesterday to today, to how it's leading the way in St. Louis with a firm commitment to embracing advanced technology, promoting green resources, and supporting our community. Although much has changed from its noble beginnings, the mission remains the same: to make life better for electrical workers, the customers they serve, and to play a crucial role in the progress of St. Louis. What began with one man's courage and commitment has grown exponentially. Today, IBEW Local 1 represents more than 5,600 active members and about 2,000 retirees. So how did it all begin? Let's take a look. More than 100 years ago, a young lineman named Henry Miller had a dream of forming a national union of electrical workers. This dream was born out of necessity, as conditions for electrical workers were appalling. Miller crisscrossed the country, working at the trade and inspiring other electrical workers to form a union. The going was rough, but in 1891, he prevailed. The National Brotherhood of Electrical Workers was formed in the St. Louis boarding house that Miller was living in at the time. That building still stands today. Since its righteous beginning, the Electrical Workers Union has had a remarkable history, especially in St. Louis. During the 1904 World's Fair, Local 1 wowed the world by illuminating the Louisiana Purchase Exposition with the first electric lights ever seen here.
We've wired them all. If we start at the World's Fair, every major project that has ever been done in this city, the IBEW has wired it.
We were founded in 1902, specifically to participate in the wiring of the World's Fair. So that was why Guarantee Electric was named Guarantee Electric. We guaranteed the installation for the duration of the fair. We had to have wiremen, and we had lots of wiremen. They got 62.5 cents an hour. And that was a pretty high rate of pay back then. We've had a wonderful relationship with the IBEW. I've lived for the support and the continuous support of the IBEW. I saw the trials and tribulations of not having a union-type structure. I think we're moving in the right direction now, that we will be competitive with and be always the very best in the installation world, both with safety and with quality.
The very same IBEW contractor that wired the Art Museum 110 years ago during its original construction is now back to help with the expansion. Master electricians from Local 1 also helped build the gateway to the west, the St. Louis Arch.
I went down there because I was considered to be a high man, but I worked up to 450 feet. Our job wasn't on the arch when I was working there, was to install the conduit that took care of the lighting for the walkway areas, so when the people were riding the elevators, in case something happened, they were able to get out of the elevator and get over to the catwalk in order to walk down. And the lighting that we were installing at that time took care of the exit lighting, as you'd call it in any place else, and allow you to climb down the stairway if they ever had a problem, which I don't believe they ever had one. To begin with, when you had to go out on the structure of the inside part, the steel is not flat all the time. It's kind of on an angle, slight angle, and you had to get used to that angle. Some guys would come up there and they would actually have their stomach would be upset because of the angle, and they could not work up there. And I really didn't think too much about that because of the fact that I was supposed to be a high man.
My name is Dustin Brooks. I am a third-generation member. I am IBEW.
My name is Letitia Valentine Knox, and I've been a member for 10 years. I am the IBEW. Ja se zovem Mirza Korakić, ja sam iz Bosne, ja jesam IBEW. My name is Mirza Korakić, I'm from Bosnia, and I'm IBEW.
Today, members of Local 1 power projects all around the area by designing, installing, and maintaining every conceivable kind of electrical and data system. From industrial to commercial to residential, they make the connection.
Past, present, and future, everywhere you look in St. Louis and its surrounding areas is the IBEW. There's really not any sacred ground in our area that's not been touched by the IBEW, you know, going back from the World's Fair forward. And we're coming up on 125 years old, and we haven't wavered in 125 years, and we don't plan to. I think this has only made us stronger, and moving forward and realizing, you know, that we are the best. We have the best trained, most highly trained. That's going to open a lot of doors for us in the future.
I'm Eric Bowman. I'm a maintenance electrician with Boeing. I've been a member of the IBEW for 2 years. I am IBEW.
Hi, I'm John Phillips. I work for Quality Electric Motor Repair. I'm a motor shop electrician, and I've been a member of IBEW for 44 years.
I am Don Daggs. I am an apprentice, and I am IBEW.
Progress is a vital component of the mission of the IBEW. When a major renovation of the Kiel Opera House was underway, the IBEW was on the scene. Now restored to its former glory as the Peabody Opera House, you can find many modern technologies and lighting systems here, all installed by Local 1. Joining me now is Marty Brooks, who is all too familiar with that renovation project. Tell me a little bit about some of the unique things that we can see around the Peabody Opera House.
Well, what was really terrific about doing this project is it wasn't from the ground up, meaning we had to create the building. We came into a building that originally opened in 1934, and many of the fixtures and components of the building were intact, needed to be cleaned, refurbished, and brought up to today's technological standards.
Marty, we're now inside the theater, and one of the coolest things in here, I think, is the dome.
Well, the dome itself is spectacular, and believe it or not, there was not LED lighting back in 1934. So the lighting system that's inside the dome itself is new, part of the restoration project. All in all, the Opera House is spectacular. It's been a great project to be involved in, put a lot of people to work, and not just over at the Opera House, but over at the Scott Trade Center. We have a tremendous relationship with the men and women of IBEW and appreciate their efforts, not just on our behalf, but on the behalf of the clients that come in and do their shows here.
For Local 1, history seems to repeat itself. Many of these members are second, third, even fourth generation.
I'm a third generation. My son is a fourth generation, and I have a grandson that is a fifth generation. Everything revolves around the union and the brotherhood and working together. I'm very proud of this whole connection to this union. Like I say, it's been everything in my life. My time in this business was very, very good. I enjoyed the people I worked around, good friendships. I've retired I feel with dignity. I've always said everybody should have it as good as I do.
Our family's been in the IBEW since the turn of the century. It's been a wonderful way to make a living. I am Harlan Murray, and I've been a member of the IBEW Local Number 1 for 65 years.
I am Chris Panopoulos. I work for Lambert St. Louis International Airport. I've been a member for 4 years. I am IBEW.
I'm John Patterson. I've been a member for 6 years. I am IBEW.
IBEW Local 1 men and women conduct themselves as professionals, and since performance sets them apart, proper training is essential to meet the exacting standards set by the industry. Members receive their education at the Electrical Industry Training Center, the Midwest's largest resource for training skilled union electricians and communications technicians. This center trains more than 1,200 IBEW apprentices, journeymen, electricians, and communications technicians annually. This intensive program consists of 10,000 hours or 4 to 5 years of training, including 960 hours of classroom instruction. The result is a knowledgeable and reliable workforce whose members keep pace with rapid changes in technology. 3 types of programs are offered: inside electricians, communications technicians, and residential electricians. Each program requires specialized training from qualified instructors. Students learn everything from installing electrical equipment to circuits to video distribution systems to fiber optics and so much more. I'm talking with Tim Kelly, who's an instructor here at the center. Tell me a little bit about what these apprentices are working on.
Well, right now the students are working with a piece of software that's actually connected to their microprocessors, and the microprocessors actually control a lot of things. Home automation, they do process control in industry, any manufacturing facility. And what they do is they actually turn on and off lights, and the neat thing about this is they can actually reprogram it at any instant in time and make it do something different.
All right, Tim, now we're in the residential room. What would apprentices learn here?
They actually learn hands-on experience on how to wire a home. And here's where your electricity enters your home and it comes down into your electrical panel, and then it's distributed out throughout your household for appliances and receptacles and lighting.
We're in the conduit bending lab now, and I'm talking with Jeff Holmes. He's also an instructor here. What happens in this room?
Well, this room is where we actually learn how to bend the conduit. This conduit is used in like the dentist's office or the restaurant you go to enclose wires that provide power to the equipment that's going to power up whatever they're doing in that area. This provides the physical protection so that people don't come in contact with live electrical wires.
Jeff, where are we now?
We're in the communications lab today. This is the lab where they learn about fiber optic cable and different types of cabling systems used to provide voice, data, and information transmission in between buildings.
The classrooms are equipped with the finest array of state-of-the-art tools and technology. Students gain hands-on experience in real-world situations. Joining me now is Dennis Graylick, the director of the center. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Angie. Welcome.
Thank you. Tell me a little bit about the history of the center here.
Well, we are proud to display the first registered set of standards for the electrical industry, registered with the U.S. Department of Labor in 1941. And since that time, we have trained literally thousands of men and women to help build and rebuild the St. Louis area and most of eastern Missouri.
What kind of credits can apprentices earn here?
Well, our graduating apprentices can receive up to 49 college credits through the American Council of Education to be applied towards either an associate degree in electrical construction management or even a 4-year degree with electrical engineering.
And all of that is at no cost?
Yes, that's true. Not only is it at no cost to our apprentices, they're actually being paid to attend classes here by their employer. They receive that college credit, and I might add there's not 1 cent of state, local, or federal tax dollars involved in the proper operation of this program. It's entirely self-funded through the industry and through the collective bargaining agreement.
I'd say the greatest opportunities and the assistance that the IBEW has given Vision Electric is the trained workforce provided through the apprenticeship training program.
Upon graduation, students will have mastered the electrical and communications trades, which can lead to fulfilling lifetime careers.
Since 1944, we've had a member from the IBEW in the legislative body, either House or the Senate, looking out for our issues. And what an amazing feeling it is when you realize that you are here protecting the working men and women for the state of Missouri. I'm State Representative Sylvester Taylor, Executive Board Member of the Electrical Workers Minority Caucus, and I am IBEW.
The IBEW has clearly put me on this path. I am a 15-year member. I wanted to give something back. This is my way of being able to help those members. My name is Jacob Hummel. I am the State Representative from the 108th District. I'm a 15-year member, and I am the IBEW.
Local 1 is known for keeping up with the latest trends and advances in the industry. Much of the state-of-the-art telecom work that goes on in sports venues around St. Louis is accomplished through the efforts of IBEW Local 1. We're in the control room at Scott Trade Center, where it takes a lot of manpower to power a sporting event. There are a number of positions here that require the skilled hands of the IBEW. Let's take a look at how this behind-the-scenes teamwork culminates in fans being able to watch a hockey game here at Scott Trade.
I'm the technical director here at the Blues games. I'm the guy who puts the pictures out on the video board. I've been in IBEW for 20 years, and I'm proud of it.
I am part of the scoreboard control room team that provides entertainment that enhances the fan experience for our Blues fans at each and every Blues game. I am a third-generation member of IBEW Local Number 1, and I have been a member happily for over 28 years.
I'm a video technician here at the Scott Trade Center. I operate cameras during the hockey games for replays, and I capture all the action in and around the building here at Scott Trade Center. I've been a member of the IBEW for 15 years.
There are many camera operators around the stadium so that fans never miss a play or a replay. Video for the scoreboard is generated by the control room team.
I am the score clock operator at the Scott Trade Center for the St. Louis Blues. I take care of the time on the clock, the penalties, and obviously the scores. I have been working in this building since it opened, day one back in 1994, and I'm a third generation IBEW member for 26 years.
I've been a member of IBEW for 30 years, and this is what I do.
And that's just the beginning. IBEW Local 1 does some of the most vital, progressive work in the industry. Much of it the public's not even aware of.
I'm Mark. I'm the fourth generation of Frank Sager and Son, and this is Ryan, the fifth generation of Frank Sager and Son. We install lightning protection systems. So that system provides a path safely around the structure to earth rather than coming through the structure causing damage. I've been a member for 30 years. I am the IBEW.
We're standing in the prologue room at Boeing, which tells the evolution and history of this company, a history that includes the IBEW. Local 1's relationship with McDonnell Douglas, now Boeing, began in 1948 when it signed a contract with James S. McDonnell. At that time, there were 37 IBEW members working here. Today, that number has grown to more than 100 people who maintain electrical equipment to help build Boeing aircraft. Joining me now is Steve Polson, who is a maintenance electrician here. Tell me a little bit about the IBEW's role in supporting Boeing's mission.
Well, we take care of operation supports, which entails machine maintenance, installation of machine that helps build the product. We also maintain the building infrastructure. We take a lot of pride in the work that we do because we're proud to be able to support Boeing in supporting our warfighter.
The IBEW has a rich heritage, 64 years of supporting the defense efforts here in St. Louis.
My name is Melvin Nichols. I've been a member for 7 years, and I am IBEW.
My name is Ronald Skaggs. I work here at the airport. I've been a member of IBEW for about 18 years, and I am the IBEW.
My name is Brian Brethauer. I work for Stanley Access Technologies. I've been a member for 14 years, and I am IBEW.
Neon signs are everywhere these days, but have you ever wondered how they're made? It's actually quite a dangerous process, which requires a great deal of knowledge and skill from IBEW members. What's more, lighting technology has advanced to more highly efficient systems, like LEDs, which members also craft.
There's different levels of quality in everything, and these signs are no exception. Well, we've got professional craftsmen who fabricate our signs, they build them, they assemble them. It's an exceptional level of quality, and only through a union sign shop can you acquire that today.
Beautiful lighting fixtures that are more like works of art can be seen hanging in many St. Louis landmarks. Accomplished craftsmen from IBEW Local 1 provide unique, artistic fabrication skills to create these decorative lighting fixtures.
We have been with IBEW since the beginning, since 1908, the founding of our company by my grandfather. We produce an upscale product, so we have to have upscale workers to develop it. We found that these workers from IBEW fulfill the job.
Sometimes equipment like electric motors need repair. Local 1 members service everything from small electric motors to industrial sizes used in elevators, conveyors, and manufacturing plants.
You know you're working with good quality people that have been trained in the field, and I'm real happy to be in the IBEW.
Once completed, electrical work is practically invisible. Electrical and data wires run unseen behind walls, above ceilings, and in floors. Invisible, unless there's a problem. Then the advantage of using union contractors is evident. Fully trained, fully insured workers stand behind their craft. An astounding fact is that in 2011, there were 45,000 home fires related to faulty electrical wiring. This translates to $1.6 billion in property damage. To ensure peace of mind to homeowners, a free protection plan is offered on all homes wired by members of IBEW Local 1. This +5 plan guarantees trouble-free electrical and technological wiring in your home for 5 extra years above and beyond the builder's warranty.
My name is Kevin Harwell. I've been a member 32 years, and I am the IBEW.
My name is Johnny Greer.
I work for GKN Aerospace. I'm in electrical maintenance. I've been a member of the IBEW for 33 years. I am IBEW.
My name is Lamonte Hamilton. I've been a member for 14 years. I am IBEW.
As you've seen, Local 1 is more than just a name. It's people, our friends and neighbors that live and work among us. People whose involvement in the community has always been a top priority, even as far back as World War II, when Local 1 made a generous offer to Uncle Sam. They collected donations from union members in order to provide the United States government a bomber aircraft. This plane was to replace one of the many destroyed at Pearl Harbor. The bomber was donated in the spirit of patriotism and aptly named St. Louis Spirit. This remarkable gift was also given with the hope that it would inspire other labor organizations to act in kind. And contributions continue today as IBEW Local 1 partners with community outreach organizations.
The work of the IBEW is absolutely essential to Habitat for Humanity St. Louis. Obviously, our houses have to have quality electrical work done on them, and their pro bono gift means that that is less money that we are spending. Habitat for Humanity St. Louis is on track to close 26 homes this year, and the IBEW partnership will touch every single one of them.
Every May, Rebuilding Together comes together with thousands of volunteers and hundreds of Local 1 IBEW volunteers and rehabs homes for low-income folks, people who can't do it themselves, and they do this for free. So we have a lot of folks in our volunteer base, but even those volunteers can't do what the skilled trade unions can do, and that's why it's so important to have the IBEW at our side. It's just a very generous gift that Local 1 IBEW gives to the city of St. Louis each May.
Being an elected official, you are able to assist those that sometimes cannot assist themselves. That is part of the trade movement, not just being united and organizing for fair and equitable wages, but also giving back to the community. Senator Timothy Green, and I am IBEW.
I'm the chief electrician at the Scott Trade Center. I started in 1994 when the doors opened. I started in 1985 at the St. Louis Arena, and I've been a member of IBEW Local 1 since 1980.
I am Tom George. I am a member of IBEW Local 1 for 47 years.
Local 1 members are not resting on their laurels. They're looking toward the future with progressive, innovative, and green technology. Most of us assume you just flip a switch to activate power, but that's not necessarily true when wind turbines and solar panels are utilized. We're standing on the roof of the Sheet Metal Workers Training Center, where we're about to get a first-hand look at how renewable energy resources work and how the IBEW helped make all of this happen. Joining me now is Dan Andrews, who's the coordinator of training here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how all of this works.
Sure. So let's start with the solar system. This system was installed by members of Local 1 electrical workers here in St. Louis.
And this has saved a lot of money as far as energy costs go.
In January, we noticed that our utility bill was about half as much for this building as it was for the two buildings that we occupied before.
IBEW members are already trained in green technology, so how did that help in the construction of this building?
Well, it was an integral part of selecting contractors for the installation of the electrical work here. It was important that we chose a contractor that had that experience and had the people that were trained by IBEW at Local 1 to install wind turbines and all the other electrical components in the building. I think it's something that all the trades can take pride in.
Over the last several decades, our nation's energy policy has concentrated almost entirely on the development of fossil fuel resources. And unlike fossil energy, which must be geographically discovered and creates dependency with foreign nations, renewable energies are created in labs and universities, designed with component parts, assembled into finished products, and brought to commercial readiness by developers. In effect, renewable energy is manufactured energy. And with a national policy that provides for energy security and addresses the issues of climate change, will bring a huge demand in renewable energy projects, which, with the right set of policies and with economic development, will help revitalize our manufacturing sector and help bring thousands of jobs to our area.
Solar panels seem to be popping up all over St. Louis. Clayton has been a leader in green energy solutions, and now a major renovation to the Clayton Police Department includes solar panels installed by Local 1 members. Let's take a look at some other recognizable St. Louis locations where IBEW Local 1 is making a difference.
One of the goals is to put everybody back to work. One of the ways that we're hoping that happens is with these new green technologies. But along with those projects, you know, we still have a lot of exciting projects coming to St. Louis. We need to continue to remind the community how involved we are and keep that sense of community. Regardless of the project and the size, we'll take that pride of the IBEW wherever we go.
We are evolving, just, you know, we are ever changing.
The aim of the IBEW today is to continue to provide the skilled workforce required to meet the increasing demands created by new technologies. And the members of IBEW are prepared for these challenges, and we look forward to the opportunities.
The IBEW Local 1's looking towards the future. And the IBEW is looking forward to being there every step of the way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 1 has offered superior service to St. Louis since the first commercial use of electricity. Members remain active in the community and continue to set the standard of excellence. Thanks for joining us for IBEW Local 1. We light this city.
IBEW Local 1. From the 1904 World's Fair to the Gateway Arch, we've been connecting St. Louis to a better future since 1891. Whether restoring the city's historic landmarks or leading the way in green technologies, Local 1 members are there. From working with our area's largest corporations to volunteering for programs like Habitat for Humanity, Rebuilding Together, and the United Way. Call us today and help make your project a success. IBEW Local 1, connected to a better future for us all.